Hello, today I'll show you how to make a wheel of names in Scratch. As you can see, this is a wheel and it uses the pen extension. And if I click anywhere, it will spin until it stops and show who wins. And no matter how fast you make it spin, it will always slow down until there's a new winner. And if you want, you can add more stuff or names like this and still spin and also see the names on the right. So let's get started. First, delete the cat. Then go into the video's description, which should take you here, which is basically if you click C inside, and costumes, basically text 1 to 0, 0 to 9, and then the ABCs and symbols. Now, with text, drag text into the backpack, then go back into your project, click backpack, and drag text into here, and rename text to spinner. Now, in costumes, paint a new sprite or new costume and use the box tool. Make sure there's no outline and make the fill a nice reddish pinkish color or any color you want. Now press shift and create a box, then use the reshape tool to delete one side, then press shift and rotate and then reshape it until it looks like a pointer. Now place it in the middle, press shift and drag it until that the center of this is misaligned by bottom so that the center of the sprite is here. So then it will rotate here and rename it to pointer. Now, when green flag is clicked, point in direction 90 and go to 0, 0. And now we make some variables. Winner for all sprites, and drag winner to around the middle, and set winner to nothing. Then create a new variable called pointer dir, which is the pointer's direction for the sprite only. Then create another one called spinner dir, or direction, for this sprite only, and is for the spinner's direction. And lastly, spin for all sprites, the spinning speed, and set pointer dir and spinner dir to 0, and set spin to 0 too. Now click the bottom left and click pen to add an extension. Now erase all. And now we create two new lists, one called spinner options for all sprites, drag it to around here, and another one called color for all sprites, and delete all of color and spinner options. Now, say, with the say block, say press A to add, and then wait until key A pressed. And now ask, and then ask name the spinner options. And with this, add answer to spinner options, and then add and pick random 256 times 256 times 256, and then add pick random 0 to 256 times 256 times 256, and then set pen color to this blue color. And now, forever, set spin to spin times 0.79 so that it slowly slows down, and make a new block called create wheel or spinner, and run without screen refresh, and also add in an input called size. Now place it here and place 100 here so that the size is 100. Now after this, if we want to add more, if key A pressed, then duplicate this, and then it will ask the same, add in the answer, and pick random. And for the spinner to actually spin, if mouse down, then wait until not mouse down, and then change spin by pick random, then another pick random 15.0 to 50.0, and the 0.0 because then you'll have more decimals. And same over here, and place it there, and actually raise this to 35.0. And now in create wheel, change spinner dir by spin, and point in direction spinner dir. Now create a new variable called cycle for the sprite only, and set cycle to 0, and it will cycle through the spinner options. Now go to 0, 0, and in here repeat length of spinner options, and change cycle by 1, and then repeat 360 divided by length of spinner options. And now we are creating the sections of the wheel or spinner. First, set size to 1, then pen down, go to 0, 0, and then turn 360 divided by length of spinner options, and then that divided by round, and then 360 divided by length of spinner options. And this is so that if the repeat had a divide that created a decimal, the repeat would round that decimal, and to counter that we will have this. And with this, turn clockwise, and this. Then repeat 3 times, move by size divided by 3, and change pen size by size divided by 100. And lastly, set pen color to item cycle of color. And now pen up. Now, for more of the pointer place, or the pointer, set, actually not the pointer yet, set size to 360 divided by length of spinner options times 2. And this is the setup for the digits or the text. Then create a new variable called digit for the sprite only, and set digit to 0, and repeat until, and then we have a or, and then digit, and on the right, digit greater than 50, or, and then a less than, size times 0.12, and then multiplied by again length of, and then item cycle of spinner options, and if that is less than size, then change size by -5, and change digit by 1. Now, go to 0, 0, then turn clockwise by -180 divided by length of spinner options, then move by size, and this is to position the text, and here was making the text sized so that it isn't gonna be too off screen. And now back here, move size divided by 2, so that it's in the middle of the section of the spinner. And then create a new block called create text. Run without screen refresh. And now in create text, in here, set digit to 1, set brightness to -100, and now repeat length of item cycle of spinner option or options, and now switch costume to letter cycle of item cycle of spinner options, or actually letter digit of item cycle of spinner options, and then stamp and move by size times 0.12, and change digit by 1. And now, with this, rotate the other half, or actually rotate back, then go back to 0, 0, and now for the spinner, when it kind of hits a point, it rotates a bit. So now we check if, and now if direction is greater than, and then the absolute of spin plus 1 times -1. So if direction is greater than the absolute of spin plus 1 times -1, and in here, duplicate this, and instead, direction is less than the absolute of spin plus 1, and without the times -1, and all of this on top of another and, so like this, and not spinner less than 0. Or spin is not less than 0.01. So this happens if the spinner has not stopped. And now, with this, change pointer by spin plus 5 times -0.5. And basically this is the main part that the text when a section, I guess in ways, interacts with the pointer. And lastly, to determine the winner, if, and then direction subtracted by another, subtracted by 180 divided by length of spinner options, and if this is greater than -180 is divided by length of spinner options, and then and with this duplicate this part, and instead of greater than, it's less than. So direction subtracted by 180 divided by length of spinner options is less than 180 divided by spinner length of spinner options. And make sure to check that this is the same for yours. And in here, set winner to item cycle of spinner options. So it checks as it creates the wheel. And lastly, for the pointer, set size to 100, clear all graphic effects, pen up, then switch costume to pointer, then go to X and size, now point in direction, pointer dir, and set pointer dir to pointer dir times 0.6. And now if you test it and add something like Jimmy, as you can see, alright, and make sure that in here there is a race all right here. Now if you test it, add something, add a name, another name, add as anything you want, and also show spinner options. And now if you click, as you can see, it will work. And also in costumes, instead of pointer pointing down, make it point to the right, or actually to the left. Then place it in the center and make it more here, and you can adjust the size. And for the winner, also add in a and for the if, and duplicate the not, but instead and spinner is less than, or spin is less than 0.1, so that if it stops, then it will set the winner. And now if you test and add some names, and spin, as you can see, as it spins, the pointer will be interacted with the parts of the spinner to create a more realistic spinner. And now you have a nice spinner in Scratch. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day.